autumn and another vlog with me, a rambling Rachel. And in this video I am in the glorious Shropshire Hills with my friend Steph from Endurance Adventures, and very shortly we're going to take a little pootle to the top of Brown Clee Hill to do a wild camp. It'll be my second time here, Steph's first time, and I'm really looking forward to it. The sun's come out and we've got some blue sky starting to make its way through. It's not forecast to rain much, but hey, I'm usually proved wrong when I say that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're here for 3 days. I'm not sure how much of it I'm going to vlog at the minute, but I will take you to the top of Brown Clee Hill and back. So stay tuned, it's going to be a good one. See you in a minute. We've parked up at the bottom of Brown Clee Hill in this free lay-by behind us. Here are the what three words for this lay-by location. There are other places you can ascend Brown Clee Hill from, but this is a regular one that I've used before, and there's plenty of spaces. You could probably get about 30 cars in. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. And just opposite the lay-by is where we pick up our first footpath, and we're going to slowly make our ascent towards the summit. Shouldn't be too slippery. Hasn't rained today, but we've had a lot of rain over the last couple of weeks, so I've got my gaiters on today, and we'll yeah, let's hope the footpaths will be kind to us. Are you ready, Steph? Ready. It's time to rock up and ramble. Junction where the footpath meets the service road that takes you right up to the summit. Now the service road is really easy to find and it is the quickest and most direct route to the top. However, it's not the most fun because it's all hard on the surface, so not great for the knees, and you miss out quite a lot of the lovely views that I've already shown you. So yep, you've got the service road if you need a quick way up and a quick way down. Might be useful if you need to bug out in a, you know, an emergency. But otherwise, just take your time, explore the different footpaths. Most of it on the top half of the hill is open access. And yeah, there's footpaths all over the place. Go explore. I love Brown Clee Hill. It's also the biggest hill in Shropshire as well. So yeah, probably take us about 10 minutes just to get to the summit. So we're going to slow it down now and enjoy it. On the way up towards the summit, you'll come across these old ruins. I'd imagine these are related to the industrial era when quarrying was commonplace on these big hills. Down on your way up, that's where the OS would put their apparatus to measure the land. That is the official trig point. Boop. And as we carry on up, we've got the trig point reference number just up here. Here we go, S4545. So it does have a trig point, it's just not on a standard concrete pillar. solstice, but behind us we're having the most spectacular light display of the contrast of light and dark behind us, and we can see the rain slowly moving across the hills. Fingers crossed the rain will stay away from this particular hill. That would be nice. It's only about 4:30 in the afternoon, so it's way too early to pitch up. So all we're going to do is chill out, get an extra layer on so we don't get cold, and then enjoy our sandwiches and a cup of tea, because I brought a flask of tea with me. So here we are, we're taking a break. It's very peaceful up here, very quiet, and we're just going to take our time, enjoy the view, and I've brought a flask of tea with me. Let's hope it's still hot. I made it this morning. Let's give it a go. Yorkshire tea, of course, the best tea, the only tea that I'll drink without pulling a funny face. Yeah, it's still hot. It's a pretty good little flask. I picked this up in a charity shop when I was in Scotland. £5. It's not a breath of air up here, is there? There's no wind at the minute. It's really still. It's a complete contrast of what I experienced the last time I was up here, when it almost felt like a blizzard and the snow was pounding down, and we woke up in the morning and our tents were frozen solid. Yeah. Well folks, I am going to switch off for a bit and just relax and chat with Steph and enjoy the moment, and I'll come back to you a little bit later on. And yeah, and if you've got to this stage in the video, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions or queries about this walk or any other walk that I've done, leave them down below in the comments box and I'll get back to you when I can. And if you don't mind, do think about hitting that big thumbs up button. No obligation, but if you could, it does help me out. And if you haven't subscribed, then you know what to do. If you really hate this video, then don't subscribe, because that would be terrible, because then you'd see all my videos all the time. And I appreciate they're not for everyone. So yeah, that's fine as well. No pressure, no pressure. Right, see you in a bit folks. A lot of people ask me, why do I go wild camping, especially all year round? For moments like this, the peace, the quiet, the tranquility, the connection with nature and the environment, to enjoy God's good creation. That's why I do it. And it just breathes fresh life into me. It really renews and refreshes me, and it inspires me. It motivates me. It drives me, and that's why I do it. And as time's gone on, I've become more experienced and more knowledgeable about what equipment and kit I need to bring. Things don't always go to plan, and that's a part of the learning process as well, and that's okay. You're not always going to get the perfect camp every single time, but when you do get one, it makes it rather special, and it makes it all worthwhile. And sometimes you're trudging up and down those hills in the mud, the rain and the wind, and you're being pelted by the elements, and you think, why am I doing this? And then you just get to the top, and it's just amazing. There we go. There's my pitch. I'm happy with that. It's relatively flat. Steph's got a good pitch as well. Happy days. We've got lovely views over Shropshire by night. I think it's time to get some dinner on, don't you?
Yeah, just thinking that.
7 o'clock. And I've got a Wayfarer meatballs and pasta meal. So boil in the bag, ambient meal. So that will be perfect for an evening snack. Right, let's get the stove on the go. I can't hear a word you're saying with this gas stove on. It sounds like a Boeing 747 taking off. Let's not make a mess with this tomato sauce. I've not gone with a titanium spoon this time because unnecessary really. Oh, look at that, it smells lovely. Ooh, meatballs and pasta. That actually might be a bit too hot. I always make the mistake of thinking it's a lot cooler than it actually is. I have had this one before, so it's a trusted favourite, this one. I'm not sure if it goes well with meatballs and pasta. That's the thing about camping, isn't it? You just kind of, your normal eating routine just goes out the window, doesn't it? And it's just a bit weird and a bit wacky. Well, hello, it's now about 6:10 in the morning. I've got my little stove on the go. Breakfast will consist of porridge and raisins and a nice hot cup of coffee. I've been up since 5 trying to deal with the condensation in the tent. It's not a leak as such, but it's just, yeah, kind of dripped through to the inner. So I had a few drips on my down quilt this morning, which I've packed away because that's one thing I want to keep dry because we are camping another night as well. But so far so good. Haven't got any views to show you yet because sunrise isn't until about something like 5 to 8, so a little while to go yet. And also the clouds come in and we're surrounded by the clouds, so there's nothing out there. You can only see about 2-3 meters in front of you. But overall I slept quite well. I did actually sleep. I was warm enough, just got woken up by the drips about 5 AM. But other than that, all is well. Right, I think it's time to have a brew and start organising myself for the day ahead. It's 10 to 7 in the morning. We've got just over an hour until sunrise and the clag is still very much with us. You can probably see all the moisture in the air that's being caught by my sun blazer head torch. But surprisingly, it's not too bad. It's only about 7 degrees Celsius, so it's not cold. But I have put my thermals on just to be on the safe side. So yeah, slowly starting to pack away. Had my breakfast, Steph's had hers. She's all good. Managed to sort out the issues with the, oh, there we are, condensation. Hopefully I won't have to pack away a dry tent and then take it out later to dry during the day, but we'll play it by ear. Right, hopefully we'll get a bit of a sunrise to show you. So I'll come back to you in about an hour. Very poor visibility, but we did get some amazing views yesterday afternoon and last night. Can't complain too much. 8:30 in the morning and we're finally getting a sunrise. I turn around, the camera's not picking it up, but that is full on cloud immersion. And Steph, our tents are over there somewhere. That's one good thing about Brown Clee. There are plenty of water sources up here. Don't worry, a water purification tablet will be added to this and the water shall be boiled before use. And it's also going to go through my filter. That will do perfect. Oh, it's a fresh one today. Right, back to the tents. Back to the wigwams, eh? All packed up, leave no trace, check the area for rubbish, leave it how you found it, as always. It's still really foggy and we've had to pack away the tents wet. We left it as long as possible for them to dry out with the breeze, but never mind. We do have another night of camping tonight, so hopefully if it gets a bit brighter, a bit warmer, we'll get the tents out and dry them off then. If not, plan B. I don't know what plan B is yet, but there will be a plan B at some point today. The visibility at the moment is quite poor, so I may not come back until I've got something better to show you other than fog. How does that sound? Yeah, so we're going to have a little wander down. I'm going to come off Brown Clee Hill, go for a bit of a walk, and if it lifts I will show you what we find. If not, I will come back to you at the end of the walk. Right, see you in a bit, folks. Steph's app tells me they're called manitas. I call them Super Mario mushrooms. So we're back at the car now, and I'd just like to say thank you for joining us on this little adventure. It was my second time camping on the summit of Brown Clee Hill and Steph's first time, and it's a great place. The thing that really struck me about this particular wild camp was how quiet it was, peaceful and tranquil. The wind did pick up a little bit during the night, but nothing to concern us and nothing that kept us awake. We had hoped that the clouds would lift and we could show you some beautiful sunrise views and what have you, but it wasn't meant to be. It's 11 o'clock in the morning now and it's still covered in thick fog at the top of the hill. But you never know, these things are going to happen. And then we just did a little sort of a slalom walk all the way back down, picked up the last section of the service road, and then a short road walk back to this lay-by. So yeah, really good experience. We are wild camping somewhere else later tonight in Shropshire, so we're hoping we can get a chance to air our tents and dry them off, because I don't want to be sleeping in a wet tent. That's not much fun. So yeah, we're gonna have a little wander off now and do something else. I'm not going to record that, and then yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to do another video or not. We'll have to wait and see. But thank you so much, and I'll see you on another adventure very soon. I know that you know that I know that you know I'm coming back to the camera. I know that. It's all about the B-roll, right? We like a bit of B-roll. Action! So this is meant to be my intro.
Was it recording?
Yeah. There you go, there's the first blooper.
Oh, sorry. Were you starting there? I'm sorry.
No.
Be quiet.
That was meant to be take 2. So we're stood at the start of our walk at the bottom of Brown Clee Hill in Shropshire, and I want to do my introduction here because we've got a lovely backdrop into the Shropshire Hills behind me, and there's lots of people chatting, so I'm just waiting very patiently and very silently for those people over there to quietly disperse. So this is a reality of trying to do recording and make vlogs. Sometimes it takes quite a few takes before you get the perfect clip. And the lovely Steph is behind the camera. Give us a wave, Steph, so they can see you. Stick your face in front of the camera and say hello.
Hello.
This is going to go at the end of the video.
Hello.
Where we expose that it's not always easy.
Biscuit, anyone?
Right. Yeah, I'll have a biscuit. Obnobs on the Brown Clee Hill. Medic! What do you think it is, Steph?
I don't know, it looks like a piece of pelvic bone, doesn't it?
Do you think if we prod it anymore it might give us some answers?
Maybe.
Go on then.
Just give it a pelvic thrust.
Terrible.